You have been very active commenting on my videos lately, and I really appreciate that, because if you have any questions, just ask them in the comments down below, and I try to answer every comment that you make. And of course, when there is new firmware, new gear, the comments and questions are raised quite a lot. And in this video, I will comment on those general questions that have been a concern for many. And since you don't most likely go back into the comments and read answers that others have asked and read my answers, I will have this video where I answer these questions that are most likely something that interests a wider audience. Coming up. Hi there, my name is Peter Forsgaard and I am an Olympus visionary and a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. And I have divided this video into actually 4 parts. The first one is, there have been questions about my Sunday shorts. Then there's been a lot of questions about the new firmware. And then there have been questions about the 150-400mm f4.5 lens. And then of course, the questions that has been raised is also the questions about the future of Olympus and what happens the 1st of January 2021. But let's start with the Sunday shorts. Well, that's a new format that YouTube has launched, and it is a vertical video which are intended to watch with the mobile phones. And the best way to watch those is to go to my homepage in YouTube and choose the short playlist and then choose the videos from there with your mobile, because they are 16:9 or 9:16, vertical videos. And those videos I've been posting on Sundays called Sunday Shorts, and those are some stuff that I don't feel that I have any information or any content to make a full video. So there are small bits of information about photography and about some special effect tricks and stuff like that. But please let me know in the comments down below if you like those videos and if you want to see them, because I'm not really sure I will continue them after this year's end. I will make them during December, but let's see what happens in January, because I'm not really sure how they work, because it's no use making videos that nobody wants to watch. But I personally think they are really fun to watch, but use your mobile to watch those. It's a better experience. And then the first video that has raised a lot of questions is of course the 150-400mm f4.5 lens. And yes, I agree, it is quite expensive, but then we have to think what you get with the lens. As you saw in my videos that I've made about the lens, it has most likely one of the best MKII stabilizing system that any camera has. At 150mm focal length with EM1X, it has 8 stops of stabilizing. And this image was taken with 2000mm equivalent focal length and 1/20th of a second. I know I got very lucky with this one, because these small birds move really fast and they don't hold still for a long time. But on this occasion, I got really lucky in a very short time. So it was pure luck. But finding the bird with 2000mm is not an easy task. And you get 2000mm with the MC20. This one is for bird photographers, and it's not a heavy lens, but it's a big lens for a Micro Four Thirds system. So EM1X is most likely the best camera to use with this new lens. Of course, if you have the battery grip on your EM1 Mark II or Mark III, it's most likely going to be okay. I did not try that. With the EM1X, it's really nice and easy to carry around, as you probably saw from my video. And it works in harsh conditions too, so the weather sealing with that combination is top-notch. No worries about heavy rain or bad weather, which of course is something that you might value, because in bad weather you might get some really nice images. But then there's one thing that I was a bit puzzled about. It was a news in Micro Four Thirds rumors site that said that the delivery will be delayed because of very high demand. And to be honest, I'm not really surprised about that it was or the high demand, because it is something that if you are a bird photographer, you really want this lens. And I know it's expensive, but still. So because of the high demand, the delivery will be postponed, which kind of puzzles me. I don't understand why. Because, of course, if they say January, why don't they deliver the first customers on January? That would be good. Why delay everything? I didn't, or maybe I misunderstood the news that Micro Four Third rumors site had. And then to the second question that was raised quite a bit. It was about the firmware. There are some odd things on this one too. This firmware will be available on the 3rd of December, so it's already here. I have a video about how to upgrade your firmware, and you can watch it from, I think it's over there. But there are some things that puzzled me too about these firmware upgrades. And one of them is why EM1X did not get the face detection or the face priority and the Starry AF from EM1 Mark III. And especially the Starry AF should be in EM1X because it is meant for outdoor and adventure photographers who might take images of the night sky during their adventures. And I was really surprised that it's not there. I think it should be because of the purpose of the camera. Then about the better eye and face priority that EM1 Mark III has is also a bit odd, because I think EM1X should be the flagship camera that has every feature that EM1 cameras have. They should be included in EM1X. And then there was one question about the Bird AF and why it's not included in EM1 Mark III. And I think there is a real clear answer to that. First, it's probably something differentiation between cameras, and then EM1 Mark III does not have the subject tracking at all. And the Bird AF is part of the subject tracking algorithm that EM1X has. It's an AI-based system that they've been teaching the EM1X to recognize these with a bunch of images. Okay, I don't know how the AI thing works, but they introduce a lot of images and tell that these are birds, and the camera learns from that. And that's why most likely the Bird AF won't be in EM1 Mark III. But then, of course, we have to remember that 1st of January 2021, the manufacturing of Olympus cameras will be transferred to OM Digital Solutions, which I will talk a bit more later. So that's most likely the product differentiation and the lack of subject tracking in EM1 Mark III, why that is not there. And that's the same reason somebody was asking that why it's not in EM1 Mark II. Of course, it's a pity, but this is the way it is. And then the last subject of this video, what happens 1st of January 2021? The things we know so far is that the manufacturing of Olympus cameras and M.Zuiko lenses will be transferred to OM Digital Solutions. And they will still have the brand Olympus, at least for now. We don't know how long, that hasn't been told. And also, we don't know what kind of cameras they are starting to make. There has been some rumors that they will concentrate on high-end OMD cameras, which would mean that they will concentrate on the EM1 cameras. I don't know if that's a good decision or not, but that's what it seems like. There's been an announcement here in Finland. They sent a press release that the company that will continue has been formed, or I don't know what the word is, but it is, the company exists, and I think the headquarters will be in Hamburg, and the Nordic will be one market area, so there will be a kind of like OM Digital Solutions Nordic or something like that. And of course there's been some personnel cuts, which is also a bad thing for those who will not continue to work with Olympus cameras anymore. That's a sad thing, of course, but usually that what happens because they want to cut costs and rearrange the organization, so that's why that has been done. And as I said, it's a pity. And then the good thing is that the service facilities in Portugal is included in the deal. So the good and very well organized service for cameras, at least here in Europe, will stay as it is. And that's really good news, because that's really important. If something goes wrong, you will get your camera serviced very quickly. That's a really good thing. Unfortunately, I don't know what's the case in the US or how the company is organized in the US. I don't know that. So there are a lot of questions about, but as I said in previous videos, that I'm a bit optimistic about all this, because now the OM Digital Solutions can concentrate on Olympus cameras. They don't have the medical stuff. It's just cameras and lenses, and I think that's a good thing, and we'll see what direction they will take. But as I said already, that they might be concentrating on the professional gear. But that's also something that we will find out in January, because I hope that they will come out and announce something and tell through an interview on some site or whatever, on a paper or whatever, what they're gonna do, what are their roadmaps and intentions. And about the roadmap, about the lens roadmap, for example, I've heard that the OM Digital Solutions is following that lens roadmap that Olympus has published. And there are some interesting lenses coming up, like the 8 to 24mm f4, and then there was a talk about a 100mm macro lens. Let's hope that those lenses will come. But if you have any questions about these topics, please let me know in the comments down below and I will answer them. And if you know anything, have heard any rumors that are kind of legit, please let me know, and our viewers or my viewers in the description down below what you have heard. And especially if you know anything about the organization or the system, that what happens in the US, let us know that too. And here are some more videos about the lens and the firmware that you might want to watch. But hey, thanks for watching, and bye for now.